Hey friends, it's Julie Hamilton. How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. It's Wednesday, 12:30 in the morning, and today we're taking on a topic that's really super fun because someone messaged me about this. Is for you, Erica. Erica messaged me and she was talking about a leap of faith and asking about, have you ever been in a place where it's really hard to make the decision? And so I just wanted to honor her by bringing that topic up, a leap of faith. How many of you have made a leap of faith that has felt like it was going to cost you everything, and then you took that leap? Did you fall? Did you get caught? Did you fly? What did you do? Let me know. Like, text me and tell me, or not text me, but comment and tell me, what was your biggest leap of faith ever? Well, Erica didn't know this, but yesterday was the 7th anniversary, hey Jill, of our 7th anniversary of the biggest leap of faith Damien and I had ever taken in our whole entire lives. And I just was going to tell you a little bit about it because leaps of faith are so scary. And Jill, you've taken a leap of faith too. And when we talked on the phone and you told me a story, what a huge leap of faith to go through what you've been through. And it's amazing what just taking that leap can do in your life. And you never know what's on the other side of that leap. And most of the time it's something that's really good, and we can have the fear going up to it, but we just need to press through that, press into that, and find out what good things are on the other side of that. So our story is, we lived in Southern California, and this was 7 years or 8 or 9 years ago, I guess. And I hated coming up to Napa. Yeah, no problem. Good to see you. I hated Napa, you guys. Like, really, Jamie would be like, let's go to Napa. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the most boring place in the planet. Sorry, napkins, I love you now. But really, I did not like it. I thought it was very boring. And so we were up here one day visiting his family, and Livy was a baby, and she's always been an early bird. We were staying with my father-in-law, who likes to sleep in at that time. Well, I didn't know what to do, so I got up and I took her with me, and we went walking around downtown Napa. So again, we lived in Southern California, and we were walking around downtown Napa, and I'm just kind of like walking around, and all of a sudden my heart starts like feeling this connection to Napa, like almost like a burden. And I start crying like over this place, and I'm like, what in the world is happening to me? I don't even know what this is. So I went home and I told Damien, this is what happened. I was like, I think we're supposed to be here. I think we're supposed to move here. And he was like, you are nuts. And so we drove home to Southern California, and that was the first time that I remember feeling out of place. Like, before I had always been like, this is my home, and I love my home, and I don't want to leave my home. But this trip, something happened. Like, I had a shift in my heart. Well, nothing happened for a while. A year and a half, we prayed about it every day. We talked about it every day. We thought about it every day. But you know how it is. It's like, it's a terrifying prospect to change everything you know about life. And people would ask us, well, what are you going to Napa for? I'd be like, I don't know. Like, what do you think's up there for you? I don't know. And we had a business down there, and Damien had like a 6-figure job. Yeah, figuring out if it's the right decision, right? He had a 6-figure job, and it was nice, safe, bonuses and all that kind of good stuff. And we were safe and we were secure. We'd been there 15 years, and we had our group of friends. Everything was right. Everything was right. And so when people ask me, like, why do you want to move? I'd be like, I don't know. I just feel in my heart I'm supposed to be there. And so then finally, it took about a year and a half, but we sought, we prayed about it every day. We sought wisdom about it. We asked about it. And then finally, Damien came home, and he just said, hey, one day he just was like, you know what, we're moving next month. It came to the point where it was like we were so terrified and so scared of it, but at the same time, there was that deep peace that's down inside. And I think that's what you have to know, Erica, is like, your emotions may be crazy, you may be feeling crazy, but it's like there's inside, like down in the core, there's like a peace that sits right with you. Like, that this is the right thing you're gonna do. Now, your emotions are gonna tell you all kinds of things that go wrong, and Damien would be like, if we end up homeless, it's your fault. And I was like, well, maybe we'll just move in with my parents. I don't know, they live in Texas. And it was like everything came together to that point to make us able to be able to move. And we kind of took a big risk. We took out all of our retirements. And this is a crazy story I was thinking about the other day. When I was a teacher at the time, and one of the things Damien had said, he said, I will not move until we have X amount of money. Well, we didn't have that money, obviously. But what happened is when I was teaching, our principal was actually taking all of our retirement and putting it into an account that he was living off the interest of. Hello, you guys know how bad that is. So none of our retirement was in CalSTRS or in the teacher retirement system. And so everybody's had been put back but mine. And I was like, I don't know what happened. I could not find this money, my retirement money. And it just popped up like 2 days ago on my, or 2 weeks ago on my Facebook memories. But during that period of time when he had said, if we don't have this amount of money, we're not going to move. But then he came home and was like, we're moving. After that, you know what happened? I was on the phone with CalSTRS. I was on the phone with them, I don't know how many times, trying to find my retirement. Guess what, you guys? They found it. It was 1 digit off of my social security number. It was all there. And to me, that was like a miracle. Like, how did I find that exact amount of money, right? So anyway, we took a leap of faith. It was hard. It was terrible. Like, oh, our friends, we missed our friends so much and we couldn't explain. And it was really hard because we hurt their feelings too by moving and making this decision, and we didn't want to hurt them. But at the same time, we had to take this leap of faith. And here's the question, Erica. Will you spend the rest of your life wondering, what if? What if I had moved to Napa? What if I had taken that job? What if I had married that person? Will you spend the rest of your life wondering what if? And that's kind of what drove me as well. It was like, I don't want to wonder what if the rest of my life. I want to take a chance and do it. And I sought wisdom and I did the best I could to make this decision, and I go with the peaceful decision that's inside. So we moved. It was hard. It was really hard. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it wasn't easy. We had 2 jobs on the books, left behind a 6-figure corporate job, but we felt we were supposed to be here. So we came and, like I said, we had 2 jobs for the whole entire year. This was in 2010. So January 31st was our 7th anniversary of actually driving up here with the trucks and moving everything up. But you know what? It's like now I'm looking back 7 years later, and there's no other ride that I would have rather been on. I just didn't know what was in store. And that's the scary part, is not knowing what's ahead of you. But when you go, yeah, it's a huge struggle because you can't see. But we walk by faith. We don't walk by sight. We can't see everything. You don't know what's in the contract for your life, and you can't see it. Well, we couldn't see that 2 weeks after we moved up here, we were going to meet a really good friend, Sasha Souza. And then 2 weeks after that, we couldn't see that she was going to say, hey, I have this cover of a national magazine coming up. Do you want to shoot this cover of a national bridal magazine? Okay, we had no idea. Like, all this time, we had been talking about moving and scared. We turned the corner, we obeyed, and we did the thing that we felt we were supposed to do. And then here it comes, these things unfolding that we never would have imagined in our whole entire life. And, back then we thought it couldn't be any better than it was, and we didn't want to leave it. And that's what's scary about making that leap of faith, is you don't know what's on the other side. But let me tell you, you also don't know what's on the other side. Because now, looking back, the things that God has brought into our life and the things that we've gotten to do and experience, and it's just been mind-blowing, you guys, mind-blowing. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it was the hardest leap of faith that we ever took. And so if you're thinking about a leap of faith and you're thinking about doing something, I really just encourage you to look inside. Like, don't let all the emotions of it cloud you. Just look inside. Do you feel peaceful about it way down deep in here? That's the question. That's the question. When you think about, when you pray about it, do you feel at peace? Or do you feel like big red warning lights? And if you're not feeling big red warning lights, just go and have a plan. I mean, is this leap gonna permanently, destroy you? So if we leaped to Napa and we didn't make a living, we didn't make money, would it have permanently destroyed us? No, it would have taken us a while to get back on our feet, but we kind of had sort of a plan in place, and we had some savings to try to see if we could make it. We were broke, you guys. We were broke for, a long time. So I'm not saying that it's easy. It was the hardest thing we've ever done, but the most rewarding thing we've ever done. So that was our 7th year anniversary yesterday. So when you wrote me about that leap of faith, Erica, I was just like, yes, I will share this with you because it's something I've been thinking about. And so anyway, yeah, the leap of faith. Think about it. See how you feel inside. Like, shush all the emotions. Assess whether there's permanent damage that's going to come from it. And if there's not, take a leap of faith and see what's on the other side, because you don't know. If that's your fear, lean into your fear, because what's on the other side of our fear is usually actually what we need. So anyway, that's about leap of faith. I want to hear about you guys, about your leap of faith. So write me a comment and let me know what the biggest leap of faith you've ever taken is, because I want to hear. You guys have done some incredible, amazing leaps of faith, and I want to hear them. So let's talk real quick. In February, you were invited to read this book, Uninvited, with us, and just a friends of us are reading it together, and it's no pressure, no commitment. I'll just post up a question probably every like Tuesday and Thursday, and you feel free to also post anything that you want, anything that's really affecting you about this. Here's the chapter. We're reading chapter 1 through 4 for this week. It's I'd rather ignore honesty, 3 questions we must consider. There's a lady at the gym who hates me. Anybody? Hello. Like, somebody's looking at you and you think they hate you for some reason. You don't even know why. And chapter 4, alone in a crowded room. Have you guys ever felt alone in a crowded room? I have. And so this is a great book about living loved. And so if you want to read it with us, join with us anytime. So you can join anytime. Uninvited by Lisa Turkhurst. And we're going to be reading the first 4 chapters this week. We'll just read 4 chapters a week. They're pretty easy. You could like lock yourself in the bathroom and read 1, but you might actually keep reading because they're so good. Also, the second thing I'm reading this month is this one, Atlas Shrugged. Yes, you have. Is it, okay, so you've read it or you've taken, oh yes, The Alone in a Crowded Room. That's what it is. Yes, me too. And that's why I want to read this book, because it's about rejection. And rejection is really when you have been rejected and you take that on as part of who you are. And my favorite definition is that you don't care what anybody thinks, but you do care about what everybody thinks about you. It's like such an oxymoron, because you have a facade of not caring what anybody thinks, but actually you do care. So anyway, that's a big issue, and most of us deal with this. And so the second book I'm reading this month is Atlas Shrugged, and it's like 1,000 and something pages long, so I'm working on it. Yeah, I hate that feeling too. I know. That's why we gotta get free from it, girl. This is Atlas Shrugged. So this is a fictional story about a future society where entrepreneurialism is kind of outlawed, and I'm just started reading this book because I feel so mad about it, you know, that they're just, so like for instance, I told my husband the easiest way to explain it is like in the book, they're talking about passing a bill where an author can only sell 10,000 copies of a book, and then that way everybody who didn't write a book that it was good will also get book sales because they'll have to do that, you know. And it's just like entrepreneurs are looked at as selfish, greedy, and they're destroying their own economy by not allowing people to exceed and excel in their fields. And so the reason I'm reading it is because I hear it talked about a lot when I listen to people who are like achievers, super achievers, or you know, successful people. So I was like, I should just read it. So it's called Atlas Shrugged by, I don't know if you say Ayn Rand. Anyway, I'm reading this, and it's really good. It's hard to read though because it's so frustrating. I'm like, oh, I'm only like 200 pages in. That's what I'm reading this month, this and this. So anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I want to just invite you to read this along with us, and love to have you, love to hear your thoughts on it. So tag me in any of your thoughts, and also I'll be posting Tuesday and Thursdays just some questions about it, and see if you had any reactions to any of the parts that you read as well, chapters 1 through 4. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for just being so patient with me. You guys are awesome, and I love you, and I hope you have an awesome day. May your minds be fierce and your heart strong and your spirit kind today. I love you. Bye.